So let's start with master pages. So master pages are essentially backgrounds or constants that I can apply to any page within my layout. And so the way I know that a master page is applied in the layout is you can see, it's really hard to see on this screen, but right up here at the upper left-hand corner, if you have InDesign open under your Pages palette, you'll be able to see that there's like a letter on each corner, top corner of the pages within your spread thumbnails here. So what I can do is, that actually corresponds to a master page. So what you can do to add a master page or a consistent style for your background is up here in the Pages palette. You'll have this little hamburger menu drop down here. You select that and then you go over to, let's see, New Master is the option. So when you click the New Master option, you'll have this New Master dialog box that pops up, and what prefix means is really the name of the master page. You can establish the number of master pages you want. You can establish the size of the master page. It's just going to default to the page size that you have in your InDesign document. So just go ahead and hit OK on that. That's going to create what's called here a B master page. Okay. When you see that these little thumbnails are highlighted in your Pages palette, that means that I'm kind of in this area for this master page. So if I try and scroll up or scroll down, I'm not able to see any of my other pages because I'm kind of stuck in this master page mode, if you will. So what I'm going to do is actually double click to one of the other pages in my layout, in this case page 11, just by double clicking the thumbnail and pages. And I'm going to go over to layers. I'm going to turn off all the layers that I don't want, and I'm going to select all here. I'm just drag and copy. So I'm going to Command C to copy all this artwork, hit back my Pages tab, and I'm going to double click to this B master page. And so what I'm going to do is go to Edit, Paste, and Place. So I just essentially copied everything in my background onto this master page spread here. Now what I want to do to demonstrate this is I'm going to change this, actually I'm going to delete some of these little lines here, and I'm going to change this logo artwork, vector art here, to my pink color. And then I'm going to reverse it out of this background, so I'm going to change this to red. And so let's just say this is something that I wanted to save as a master page. I'm going to hit save. So this is an option. I can quickly apply this to any of my spreads. So again, I can't really move back to my normal spreads here. I'm in this kind of master page area. So I'm just going to double click this page 7 thumbnail, and you can see I have master page A applied to this thumbnail, and then of course master page A literally has nothing on it, so it's just a blank page. Let's just say I wanted to apply master page B onto this thumbnail. What you can do is actually just take this little, let me see if I can spread this out a little bit so I can see it better. Well, basically what I can do is drag and drop this master page thumbnail onto the pages which I wanted to apply. So I'm going to drop it on 7 here, and then that applies the master page B background. So it's renaming this master page now B, and you can see that the artwork is updated in the background. Alright, let me go back to master page A then. I double clicked on my thumbnail master page A, and then I'm actually going to go do an edit, paste, and place again. And this is that pink background that I want to use for my my pages, and you can see that that was established in my 10 and 11 spread. So essentially, once you get your 10 and 11 spread finished, you can actually copy it and paste it onto a master page if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go back to just uh, page 7 here. And what I have is a background. Like so. So what I'm going to do then is I should just be able to drag this master page A over, and then it should populate just like that. So I just dragged master page A over the page 7 here on my pages palette, and then it just updated. So I can just kind of go back and forth between A and B and kind of see what I want to do with the rest of my design. If I want to then apply master page B to every single page in all of my designs, I'm literally just dragging and dropping it onto each and individual one. So let me actually just undo that really quick. I'll go back here and go to my layers, unlock. So I have master page A applied. Let me go back to the B since it's more noticeable. I have master page, oops, I'm lagging here. I have master page B applied to this spread, the 6 and 7 spread. So the thing about master pages is I can't select them in the background. They're kind of like locked down from me. So what I need to do if I want to select or make a change to one master page spread element is I actually have to hold down Command and Shift, and I have to click on the object that I want to manipulate, and then I can manipulate this object separately from the master page. So if I double click the B master, I'm editable here in the B master, and I can move stuff around, but when I go back to the actual B page, I can't select the background or anything. So in order to do select any element like the background, again, it's Command Shift click, and then that will unlock it, if you will, from the master page. It's going to kind of separate it, and you can manipulate it. If you want to go back, then just kind of drag and drop the master page again, and here it's gone and it's not selectable anymore. So there's a couple different ways to kind of apply backgrounds. Typically, I'll just copy and paste in place on a background layer each background that I want. So depending on how your layouts work out, you can use master pages if you want to. Page numbering. So the next one is page numbering. Let me kind of do a bunch of undos so I can go back to where I was. All right. Go back. Okay. All right. I think I'm where I wanted to be. All right. So for page numbering, right now I have all of my pages numbered in sequential order, just based on how InDesign defaults everything in the page numbers. So I'll scroll up. I'll scroll up here, and you can see that I have a placeholder here for page number. Let me unlock that layer. You see I have a page here unlocked and a placeholder for page number 7. So page number 7 here is directly correlating to page number 7 in my pages palette. In this catalog, though, I'll turn on my this magenta layer here, and it's going to show you that I want a lifestyle page here, so I don't want a page number there. It's just a page where I can put my artwork. I'm going to have 2 lifestyle pages here. You can't read it hardly here, but it actually says this is a lifestyle page. And so on and so forth. They have this extra spread. And my cover, I don't want my automatic page numbering to actually take into account the cover. If I want my pages to start deeper into the book here, you can do that in a couple ways. And so what you can do is actually select this thumbnail, page 7, right? And then I'm going to hit Control and click on that thumbnail in my Pages palette for page 7. I want to make this start numbering at 1. So I'm going to go down to Numbering and Section Options. And once I click on that, I'll get this dialog box up here, and I have this checkbox here. It says Start Section. I'm just going to leave that checked, and I'm going to hit this little button here where it says Start Page Numbering at 1. Okay, and I'm just going to hit OK. I'm going to get this dialog box that's going to say it's already existing in another section, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to hit OK. And so now you can see that my page numbering here, and I'll zoom in because this projector is pretty pixelated, but you can see that my page numbering now is starting at 1, and as expected, it's going over here to page 2, and then where right hand facing spread was 3, and then here's 4. In my design, I'm not putting right facing numbers unless it's a page that doesn't have a left facing page with a number on it. So as long as I have one page number on the spread, I should be good to go. People will be able to find their way. So that's one thing you can do. Let's say I wanted to restart the numbering per section. So now let me turn my guide layer on. Now over here on page 8.2, I'll call it, because this is the second. Well, actually, it's 8.1. This is the renumbering here, so it's going 1 through 6, and then it's 1 through 8. Now, let's say I want to restart my numbering here on page 9 to start at 1 again. You know, maybe I have a different section of a book or something that I'm different. Any number of reasons why I might want that. Again, I'm going to control click the 9 thumbnail, and then I'm going to. No, was that a control click? It was a. Yeah, I'm going to control click and then numbering section options, and then again I'll just hit this start numbering page at 1 and then hit OK. So now it's restarting the numbering at 1, 2, so on and so forth, and all of the automatic page numbers are being applied as expected here. So this goes up to 10 and renumbers again. Say I want to take that off. Yeah, it's really easy. I'm going to take it off here. I'm going to just work my way backwards, control click, numbering and section options, and then I'm just going to select automatic page numbering and then hit OK. That'll bring it back to where it's supposed to be, page 9. And then in this case, I want to keep it at page, I want to keep, in reality, page 7 to start numbering at page 1. So this really is page 7. It's just starting the numbering as page 1. All right, so there's other things you can do with the numbering and section options. So in some catalogs that I've worked on before, they wanted a different style of numbering. InDesign allows you to do that in the numbering and section options menu as well. I'm going to keep my page numbering at 1, but what you can do under this page numbering panel, under the style drop-down, is select some different styles of numbering. So you can go A, B, C, D, there's Roman lettering, lowercase, alphabetized. This little 00 is, 1 treatment of the numbers. I've used that one before, so I'll just hit OK then. And then that's going to, do my page numbering as 001, 002, and it's going to go on from there, 3, 4, etc. And likewise with Roman lettering or numbers, numbering section options, and then I'll go with this style drop down, and then I'll just do Roman numerals then. And then here's kind of your Roman numerals. So let's say that I wanted to then, at the end of the catalog, No, actually it is, yeah. It's so right here, as I'm going through the numbers, I go to Roman numeral 8 and then it's restarting to the regular numeral 9 because I restarted that numbering section. So I'll then go to numbering section options. They already had, I had set that page as style to start the numbering at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can redo it as a Roman numeral, so it kind of keeps going with the Roman numeral 9, 10, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, you know, I wanted to go back, let's say, to numbering section options and change just the style of this section. I could just do that like that. Of course, it starts at 9 again, so I'll go back to numbering section options. And then if I wanted to start it at like 001 then, instead of 009 for that page, then I would go select the start numbering page at option, and then I would change this to 1, and then hit OK. And then so that'll bring me back to 1, 002, etc. So for larger books, that might help. For books that have many different like sections, if you wanted to do something like that, you certainly could really easily in this software. It's pretty much what it's built for. So I'm going to go ahead and reset everything back. Numbering section options and start page numbering. I'm changing the style, that's it. And all my pages look fine. Okay, so next thing, text wrapping. So let's say we want to add a shape here. It's a text wrap. I'm just going to do something really simple. You can text wrap any shape. So I can use this circle, for instance. I'll do different shapes here. I'll do a circle. I'll do a square. I'll do a polygon. All right, and then I'm going to do a just a freeform shape. So let's just say, for instance, we wanted to do like a freeform shape very similar to the shoe. Okay. All right, so obviously we don't want like a big giant red shape on there, but what I'm doing is putting these shapes on here just so we can see how they're shaped and so that we can understand why they're affecting the type the way they will after a text wrap is applied to each shape. So first I'm going to start with the circle, and very simply you'll just go up to Window and then you'll go up to Text Wrap. And that's going to open up your text. Oops. Okay. That is going to get that out of there. Yeah. There we go. So that's going to open up your text wrap panel here, and you have a couple of different options. So let me just make sure I have this selected. And this wraparound object shape is typically what you're going to want to choose. That's going to wrap the text exactly around this edge of this shape. Okay. There's other options here where I can expand the wrapping around. So as I click this, you can see that there's like this little kind of ring around this circle. And that's kind of like the invisible stroke, right, that I'm using. And that's expanding or contracting it by inches, okay, around the shape for my text to wrap around. We'll do the same here. So this shape, for instance, is just going to do the same thing, okay, and the same treatment for any kind of freeform shape like that. Okay, so say you wanted this in your layout to be consistent. I'm just going to select all three of these. We don't want this to show up. So I can go up to my swatches panel here with all these objects selected at the same time just by shift clicking each one. hitting this none. Okay, so that's the none for the stroke. I'm going to hit this fill color, and then I'm going to hit none for that, and then it's just more of a natural wrap around the shape, text wrap. So say you want this on page for page. I'm literally just going to copy this text wrap shape. You can actually see it as well with your invisibles on by hitting the W key. So W going into your guideline mode there. Copying with Command C, and then the edit, paste in place. On this spread, it's going to do the same thing, so I'll turn my invisibles off. And so I have this kind of cut off of the type there. So if you have a consistent shape that you want to text wrap around, you would just copy and paste in place on each individual spread that you wanted that to happen on. Even just an image, I can actually apply a text wrap to this image here, right? Now, so this actually applies a text wrap sort of around the shoe image. It's kind of sort of detecting. See how I can have this contour options here. It says type, same as clipping. So I can apply the wrap to the bounding box. It'll detect the edges of the shoe. So it's actually creating a text wrap around the shoe just automatically based on what it thinks the shape of the shoe is by detecting its edges. Alright, and then I can just actually expand that too. So this would work really well with like huge bodies of copy, you know, in a magazine or something like that you want to stick an image in the middle of and actually just text wrap it really quick without spending too much time like actually tracing out the shape that you want to wrap around. So just remember, shapes and images you can text wrap around very easily in this, just with this text wrap menu here. Let's see. Well, there's also an invert option as well. So let me just really quick demo that. I got my shape here. I'm going to text wrap around the edge of the shape. And then if I hit invert, it's not doing what I'm expecting it to. There we go. So I had a fill. So I took the fill off, and then you can see what the text is doing. It's actually going inside of the object rather than wrapping around the outside of it. So should you need something like that, it's there. Just know that text wrapping is very dynamic, and you can creative problem solve with it on the fly if you needed to. Okay. And then I'm going to revisit the paragraph styles again, just to go over, because a lot of people wanted to not have their styles be all caps for their headers. So if I go to, let's see, styles up in the window drop down, window styles, and I'll go to paragraph styles. All right, so that's going to again open my paragraph styles panel. Likewise with the character styles panel, same place, it's window styles, characters right there. We're working with the paragraph though, in the paragraph header style. So if you remember, if I select a piece of content, what we'll highlight is the style that it's based off of right here in my paragraph styles panel. Okay, so say we want to make this into a title casing or something like that. We'll just highlight it, see that it's the header style. I'm going to double click the header style in the paragraph styles palette, and then over here under basic character formats, then there's this case option. So I can do, let's see, like small caps, normal, all caps, open type. then you can do your underlines, or I have an underline actually set on this. So this underline rule that I have, this red one in this it's actually just built in styles. So I can turn it on or off or whatever. And I'll show you some more of those underline options actually, the things that you can change. But so that's essentially how you do those changing the casing on it from normal to all caps. I'm choosing all caps just because that works for me. But you can certainly do that through just double clicking your header style in the paragraph styles palette and playing around with those. And while I'm here, I'll just show you the underline option as well. So I can under underline options here in the paragraph styles panel. You can see you can do a lot of different things. So here's my underline, it's on or off. I can actually change the color here of my underline, so I can make it black, and it's just applying a black underline all across the board, real quick and easy. Let's see what else. I can offset it, so my offset here is 6 points, so that's just basically adding 6 points between the type and the underline, right? So I can just do 0 and it'll be flush with it, but I'm adding 6 points. So if the design requires that there's a underline rule under anything, you can really quickly just add one to it. Now here's let me make this stroke larger, a point here, a point size stroke. Under type here, you can see that now I can actually add different types of underlines. So I'll make it like larger here so you can see. So now here's my double underline rule, my dotted, my dashed, wavy, etc. So should these be something that might make your life a little easier to use, yeah, please do so. You can make them smaller, larger, any different types of colors, whatever. It's just it's pretty easy to use. So here's my dotted, and then here's a gap color. So you can apply a gap color in between your dotted line if you wanted to. You never know when you'll need something like that that'll make your life a little bit easier. And I'll just cancel that. I was messing around with the dotted line here underneath each shoe name to match or to kind of repeat essentially this dotted treatment here, but I just thought it was kind of too much. So it was nice that I didn't have to go through and do a dotted line on everything just to see that it didn't work. I was able to do it really quick and have a look at it and decide, okay, it wasn't the way to go. So. All right, and then one more thing about the paragraph style. So originally, I'll go back here to paragraph styles menu. Originally for my body copy here, I had a different right side margin. So if you want more of a margin on the right or on the left of all of your paragraphs, under this indents and spacing menu, I can then just increase or decrease the indents by a little or by a lot. And then my right indent, I can actually do the same. So my right indent was pretty giant because I had a really wide text box that I wanted to fit this number and everything at the top without breaking to the next line and so on. But I didn't want the type here to go too far or to be too close to the shoe, because I might have some larger words that might kind of get too large. So I decided to give it a pretty generous 1-inch right indent or right margin on this side to keep it a good distance from the shoe, so I can give some more space to it. So you can do that as well. And there's just so many options, in that paragraph styles palette. It's just really, really nice. I'm intrigued by it. So should that make your life easier? I say go for it. Go for getting everything done in paragraph and character styles, and focus on other things rather than having to fiddle with every single word and change